guys ready?
Good game.
Gentlemen, please make your call.
Give us heads.
It is tails.
Good kick.
Has won the toss and selects a kick.
First and 10 from Irvine, 39. Second and 7.
They're going air. They're going air. I see pass.
First and 10 from Irvine, 50-yard.
Black out. Black out. Roll.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a triple header of Sunday afternoon action in the Simulation Football League. I'm the SFL Commissioner, Cameron Irvine. Today, the phone line is open, 210-473-8428. At any time you want to discuss action going on in Tallahassee and Atlanta or LAOKC, St. Louis, Sioux Falls. We'll be keeping an eye on all of the action here today as all these games carry a lot of importance across the SFL. Right now, it's just a quick update of where the action is going on. Tallahassee and Atlanta are here on your screen here on YouTube. Tallahassee's on their opening drive to the Atlanta 36. Oklahoma City and Los Angeles is underway. The Renegades will get the ball to start the game against Los Angeles, with that game being played in Oklahoma. Jay Calvin Kim has a nice first down, and Tallahassee's in scoring position. St. Louis and Sioux Falls will kick off in about 15 minutes. In South Dakota, dealing with some lightning in the area there. We're going to have some rain in Sioux Falls today, and so that's causing a bit of a delay in the kickoff of that one. We have a quick caller, 904. You are on the SFL Community Call. Not much. Let's take a look at this play here. Coming up for the Pride. J.J. Howland in the end zone. I have to get used to the fact that you guys, that I will see it before you do. So I almost was like, oh, Tallahassee touchdown, and I would have ruined it for you. Where's the hype, Frank? You're on the board first. Big game here at Atlanta today.
The extra point is good. Are set for the kickoff. Number 2,
Oklahoma City, by the way, now at the Los Angeles 26-yard line. The Renegades driving on their opening possession. But this game means everything to Atlanta. They have to win to stay alive in contention. And your team comes right out on their opening drive and drives down the field and takes care of business. It's got to make you feel pretty good. I got to tell you, I love the uniform matchup today. I think both teams look really sharp in this look. What do you think?
I think so.
All right, so today, as I'm learning here in this format, I won't be calling play-by-play while I have somebody on the line, because then I will ruin it for at least the person that I have on the line. Is that right, Frank? Is that how you understand the technology here? I think that's how it's going to work. So. They are running no huddle on you. Yeah, well, we love it too. Oh, you know what? You've been muted this whole time, Frank. That's on me. There you go. I had you muted to keep out the. But here, you know what? See, this is all a learning process. I just have to mute Rabbit so that I can put you on the air so that we don't get the game audio from any other calls on YouTube. This is the late in this season has been all about experimentation.
Yeah. In the meantime, we got Atlanta putting up a huge play. One of the things I was saying when I was muted earlier is that we're expecting this to be an offensive showdown, and Atlanta's not disappointing. You know, they're fighting for their playoff lives here. And so it's all we can do to stop them. So, you know, these little technical glitches, hey, we can work through those.
It's all right. We're trying something new here with this whip around. We sort of did it with having the owners on the call, but we want to mix things up today, try something just a little bit different. Why not? When we have all the technology at our disposal to do it these days. So yeah, you were a little soft. I got you fixed up. We should be good to go. Again, St. Louis Sioux Falls kickoff in a few minutes, about 10 minutes. Atlanta and Tallahassee already 7-7. This is going to be a good game, I'm sure, as Atlanta is not going to lie down. Oklahoma City's drive has stalled out in the red zone. They have the field goal unit on the field. And Frank will let you go.
Okay, well, I'm willing to call in at any time. I'll be right here. So, we just got a fumble on the kickoff return. Did we get it back?
Barnes.
And I don't think we did.
Yeah, Barnes fumbles. I'm looking at the replay right now, and nope. Atlanta pouncing on Tallahassee here early. Let's get to that call in scoring position. And Frank, call in at any point.
Yeah, we'll do.
All righty. So, a first down and 10 at the 29. 7:16 to go. To recap what's happened quickly is Hollywood's going to carry the defense for a 9-yard pickup. Tallahassee scores on its opening possession. Atlanta goes right down the field. Actually, Hollywood is getting a rest on a bench. I believe that's Chisholm in the backfield making something happen. Another descendant of the owner of the Atlanta Swarm. And Atlanta recovers the fumble. OKC did convert on that field goal. Chisholm is still in the game. This guy is like a midget out there. Picks up 2 yards, 3rd down and 3. He is easily the smallest player on the field.
2 yards on the play.
And on a 3rd down and 3 at the 22,
3rd and 3.
Atlanta trying to make some more offense happen. So OKC's up 3-0 with 6:32 to go in the first against St. Louis Sioux Falls. We kick off momentarily. That's a first down and more for Atlanta and a touchdown. BDG Hollywood has put the Swarm up 13-7 in the opening 5 minutes of what has been an incredibly thrilling first quarter. I thought midget was okay. I know he's actually, is it okay to say midget if he's not actually a midget? Because clearly he's not actually a midget. But dwarf is fine. Atlanta's up 13-7. I can't keep up with what's accurate and what isn't. Okay, yeah, very good. I get the comparison. Sioux Falls and St. Louis, about 5 minutes away, folks. 5 minutes away. Right now, LA has the ball on their own 43. Mike Tatum is put down for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 8 over on Rabbit. Tallahassee starts from its own 30. You can call in at any point today, 210-473-8428. To give your thoughts on the SFL games going on, whether it be this game or another game somewhere else. E.T. King hands it off to Kim for no gain. And Atlanta has perked up after giving up a touchdown on its opening drive. Yeah, if they're willing to put Tony Romo in with no experience, then they should be able to have me replace Jim Nantz, shouldn't they? Right? Is that fair logic? Kim is going to lose 5 yards in the backfield. Robert Bose on the tackle. 16 yards on 5 carries. In Oklahoma, still 3-0, Renegades on top. They have the ball back at their own 28. King on a 3rd down and 15 is going to step up and go long. It's nearly picked off. Robert Woods was out there to defend, and Tallahassee goes a quick 3 and out, and the Pride are in some early trouble. Sioux Falls can still catch Tallahassee by winning today and Tallahassee losing out. Queen City can still catch Sioux Falls by Sioux Falls losing today and Queen City winning out. Pride will have to kick it away. Big day in the Eastern Conference. Of course, Los Angeles is trying to improve their positioning in the playoffs. The Renegades are eliminated. If the Sharks win or lose today, they won't clinch. They won't be eliminated unless they lose and Mexico City wins tonight with Eric Vincent on the call, that game in Vegas.
1st and 10 from Milwaukee, 38
Sioux Falls almost ready to kick off. Sorry for the delay on that. Hollywood with a nice carry there. 2nd down and 3 coming at the 45. 4:45 to go. Renegades just had to punt, and Los Angeles will take over at their own 30. Down 3-0 with 3:33 to go in the first, the only other game in action as of this moment. And off to Hollywood. He's put down, no gain. Hollywood already 53 yards in the first quarter, on pace for 212. Tallahassee at 9-2. Played a ball game with Atlanta earlier this season, 34-20. Andy's on the whip around here today on a beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Hey, boss man, how you doing?
Doing okay. Been hectic. Pretty much 40 hours in the last 3 days grinding. But hey, it's all good when it's an SFL Sunday, right?
Right. You said you were working a lot, and so you decided, instead of just throwing the games up on Rabbit, that you would work some more, huh? Decided to get on the microphone early, huh?
Well, really, honestly, because I'm behind on everything, it was just actually easier. Hey, I'll just show Atlanta, Tallahassee as it's going, and let's get a party started.
There you go.
Barnes returns to the 23. Hope you don't mind, Andy. I'm going to continue to keep people updated on Tallahassee, Atlanta in real time, so you may get some spoilers here.
That's all right. I'm watching, so I might be able to give you some color if they're showing replays or something. You can lean on me if you need me to. If you want to take a small nap.
Lean on me. Yeah, so we're watching Los Angeles and Oklahoma City right now, which both of us should be hooked up in real time as I'm seeing a replay and a catch right there at midfield. Hey, look at Jake Calvin Kim.
Yep.
All the way to the Atlanta 37, first down for the Pride, as Tallahassee's going back and forth. But what have you seen out of the Sharks in your first quarter for those of you that have not tuned in on Rabbit just yet to that game?
Well, first of all, what a carry by Kim right up the middle. He got some good blocks and then was able to beat the safeties to the middle of the field. I mean, that was a ridiculous run right there. I mean, I'll give him that. Look at that. Great blocks right on there I think that's 26 at the corner. In terms of LA, our first drive wasn't really what we wanted, but this second drive is looking a little bit more promising. Tatum got 5 yards on that first down play. So we're moving. If we can get down there and at least tie this game up on this drive, I'm feeling confident for the rest of the game.
So with Los Angeles, Tatum is shut down, no gain on that play. We've got a lot of exciting action going on. I was listening to the podcast. By the way, it's the best podcast I've heard in a long time anywhere. I thought y'all were fantastic. And unfortunately, I haven't gotten to listen to the whole thing yet, but I got about an hour in. And you guys are definitely enjoying yourselves, and everyone was hyped about the game you're going to be calling Monday, Houston and Dallas.
Yeah, that'll be a ridiculous game. I really don't understand how, Demond and Steven are still capable of breathing this week, because I would just be having an anxiety attack the entire time. It'll be an incredible game. There's so many implications. I just can't wait. I'm excited. I wish it was Monday. I'm not quite at Mighty's level. I'm not quite there yet. But once tomorrow morning rolls around, I think, I'll really be excited to get going.
Sharks just stalled out. They had to punt it away. Obviously, I'm sure you're a big fan of Las Vegas tonight, as you would much rather have them breathing down your neck in a point differential tiebreaker than Mexico City breathing down your neck in a head-to-head.
Yeah, Mexico City, I believe, is one of the only teams that we haven't at least won against once in the conference, discluding Dallas and OKC, clearly, because we're playing them still this season. But, yeah, definitely a fan of Las Vegas. I'm hoping that Ronnie's home cooking will work tonight. Maybe hoping that some of the I know Matt Wilson likes to engage in the occasional beverage. I heard they might have 1 or 2 drinks in Las Vegas somewhere for him. I don't know if he was able to find those, but if they could have got him one of those, that might help.
Kim's got a first down and then just put down on second down. And Sioux Falls and St. Louis are about to get underway. We are waiting on an HD feed from that game, but they are very close to kicking off from a stormy Liberty Park today, as Kim again is not going to find much room, and it's going to be third down for the Pride. So that's the action we're keeping up with. It's already the end of one in Oklahoma City, where the Renegades are holding a slim 3-0 margin. What do you think of this Tallahassee Atlanta game so far? And then we'll let you go for now, as the Pride are trying to keep up with the Swarm here early.
Yeah, the game's going well for Atlanta so far. I think they're keeping everything in front of them. Besides that Calvin Kim run, from my recollection, it's been a pretty small game in terms of plays. And as I'm saying, that Oklahoma City throws the ball down to the 10, so that's great. Atlanta playing for their playoff live almost, so, they need this win. And that was an incredible toss there. There's a flag on the play. I don't know if you're still watching the Tallahassee game.
Of course I'm still watching.
I'm late on it, so I figured you would interrupt me here
I
give the people what they need.
I was also curious about the flag, but it looks like the play's going to stand. Oh, yeah, hit him way out of bounds. Tom Menander with another catch, dragging the feet in the end zone, and that game is now tied, extra point pending. Meanwhile, Tiberius Bovine got loose, and the Renegades have a first and goal at the 10 here early in the second quarter. So we've got tons of action all around the league. Andy, thanks for joining us. Good luck to your Sharks here throughout the day, and give us a call back in later at your leisure. And the Renegades just scored a touchdown. That's Caleb Hamby with the score.
That's a good way to send me out. Thanks a lot, Cam.
Sorry about that. See you, Andy. So a touchdown for Tallahassee, and their extra point is good. 14-14. 23 seconds to go in the first. And Oklahoma City is now up 10-0. As we await, we're looking to see. Our issue is here in Sioux Falls trying to get this game moving. Again, we'll keep you updated, and we'll post that link when we are available from South Dakota. Atlanta on a return here with the end of the first quarter. Nice return here. Finally shoved out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Pretty boy Tukey, it's all Pro Football 2K8, my friend. 16 seconds to go in the first. Atlanta's up on Tallahassee 14-14. Oklahoma City's up on LA 10-0 on Rabbit. St. Louis and Sioux Falls kicking off momentarily. It's an SFL Sunday whip around, week 13 of 14. What a catch by Nick T. Quick on the outside. I'm SFL Commissioner Kim Irvine. The SFL playoffs will begin Sunday, April 23rd with a quadruple header of action. Andy Hamilton, Eric Vincent, Stephen Mullinex, and myself all on calls throughout the day, starting at noon Central, 1 Eastern, as the SFL debuts its new broadcast package, coupled with a few other big unveils in media. You're on the SFL postgame, or the SFL Sunday whip around. You're an unknown caller, so I'm trusting you. Who do I have?
Hi there, it's Liam. Liam Crafter.
Oh, Liam Crafter from England?
That's right, yeah.
Get out of here. Look at that. All the way across the pond. This is just historical. How are you doing, Liam?
Yeah, I'm good. Keeping busy watching the matches on Sunday, so just looking forward to the St. Louis game as well.
And you have like UK accent too. Like, this is awesome. Do you know how like do people in the United Kingdom, when Americans come over, like, are they like, wow, listen to that American accent, or is this just not the same?
Yeah. I mean, I interact with a few American people, and you do get that from time to time. I think it depends on how used to interacting with British people they are. So I think it seems like the guys are somewhat surprised by me phoning in, and the kind of accent. So it's been a good game so far with Tallahassee and Atlanta. So just looking forward to seeing how it plays out, because the Pride have they had a bit of a shellacking, I suppose, from Sioux Falls a couple of weeks ago, and now they're just trying to get back on the bandwagon. And Atlanta have got a lot to play for with the playoff considerations that they've got at the moment. Like, they've got a couple of other good teams in Carolina and Baltimore and Queen City. They're all in the frame to still go through to the playoffs, so I'm interested to see what happens. Atlanta certainly putting up a good fight so far.
Well, Liam, you're waiting on St. Louis and Sioux Falls to kick off, and I don't know why it's taking so long to get ready here. Our tech is letting us down, but you know, big game for you guys. I mean, you guys are still trying to prove yourself. Nice catch there from Eric Vincent. Atlanta is now in the red zone. This Atlanta-Tallahassee game is something else, I'm telling you. But
yeah,
you know, what are you expecting out of this Sioux Falls game? It doesn't look like it's going to be pretty weather out there today, so you're really going to have to grind one out.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've come on leaps and bounds since. I'm not going to blow my own trumpet, but I certainly would give a lot of credit to the ownership team with Dwayne and so forth. The ownership team at St. Louis have certainly brought things up to a new level in terms of the way that the staffing structure has been, because I think earlier in the season there were a couple of games where St. Louis certainly performed up to the standard that they could, but it wasn't on a consistent basis. So we're looking at it now. I think the past couple of weeks we've upped the scouting work that we've done, and we've basically just gotten things a lot more organised. And we had a good couple of quarters. We had a good half against Carolina, and we were very unlucky with just a spate of interceptions to suddenly go behind. So we came into the game last week against Baltimore, and I think we probably shocked a few people. And I think we can do the same against Sioux Falls this week. And I've certainly got the Sparrows. I think they're going to run the Pride close and get into the championship game this season. So it'd be interesting to see. I think the Sparrows certainly are very reliant on their passing game, and I think the Pride. I've actually seen quite a bit of their footage just based off of games that they've previously had with Baltimore and with the Skyhawks. So it'd be interesting to see whether or not the Sparrows can use their passing game to basically get past the Pride. They certainly did it when they had that massive win. So it'd be interesting to see whether or not they can replicate that once they do get into the playoffs, and if they get to the conference championship and onwards. So
Yep. Just a second to post all this. Atlanta, by the way, got a field goal on this last drive as we were checking. 17-14 after an awkward play on third down, so Tallahassee has a chance to take the lead here coming up. So while I'm posting this link, Liam, you applied for an expansion team over in London. You're relatively new to the SFL community. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you're from, how you found out about us, all that good stuff.
So I live in a town called Hastings on the south coast of the United Kingdom. I work, my day job's IT support. I got into watching American football or following Carolina Panthers for about 10 years now, so I enjoy the strategic side. I've always been a fan of the kind of team building element and franchise building element of things. I've got experience previously with in doing like esports leagues like for soccer, I suppose you call it, and various other sports, and get my hands dirty with that. And one of the things I think which appealed the most to me about the SFL would have been the just the way that things are run, in terms of it's very much, I think it's very commendable, your work in treating it like a business very much, and certainly your kind of from what I've heard about your kind of aspirations with all the play-by-play and business stuff around the SFL is very interesting to hear. And I thought I would chuck my hat in the ring to go for an expansion team. I think it's going to be pretty hard fought. I know that Andy has put a bid in, and he's obviously been very important for the league with his work on infrastructure for the league, and also his play-by-play commentary. But I think we got a good shot. I put together a pretty good bid, I think, with the London Knights. I know there was a previous Knights team, I believe, in the SFL. I think it was out of Santa Clara or San Francisco. But I think we can create a new legacy in London, and obviously expand the league to new horizons. And I think you mentioned earlier about how this was very much a season of transition, or a season of experimentation in how the league is run. I think you're going to see a lot of changes over the off season, but I think it's all going to be for the best. I think next season onwards, with the expansion plans in mind, and the league isn't done expanding, I think you're going to see a lot of improvement.
Oh my gosh, I'm too nice. I didn't want to cut you off. There's three things I want to comment on. Number one, nice pick by Rodney Woods for Atlanta, getting their offense back on the board, or back on the field. Second, what a catch from Boo Chisholm. And then third, a freak play in Oklahoma City just happened on an incomplete pass. I believe one of the players kicked the ball straight up in the air. That was pretty bizarre. Oklahoma City is driving in the red zone, up 10-0 on LA. And it's early in the first quarter between Sioux Falls and St. Louis. So, Liam, hey, happy to have you on. We'd love to hear from you, I'm sure, later in the show, as St. Louis and Sioux Falls is developing. Whenever you want to call back, feel free to do so. And, hey, it was great to hear from you. Thanks for the call across the pond.
Yeah, I'll be sure to check back in, but I'm going to go and watch these Gladiators hopefully pull out another win.
All righty, there
Cheers.
you go. Thanks so much, Liam. This is SFL Sunday Whip Around. 3rd down and 12 for Tallahassee now. That was Liam Crowder, who is working with the St. Louis coaching staff now. He has applied for an expansion team in London, one of 5 current expansion team applications. And we now have 3 games going in action. Atlanta can do nothing with the Tallahassee interception thrown by E.T. King. And Oklahoma City also stalls out in the red zone. It's 4th down, and they'll have to kick a field goal. That's halfway through the second quarter, almost identical in terms of time left with Tallahassee and Atlanta, as St. Louis and Sioux Falls try to catch up to these games. So Tallahassee gets a big defensive stop. The defenses are starting to take over in the second quarter. And Tallahassee will start this next drive from the 22-yard line. Again, the scenarios in play today. For Atlanta, they must win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Tallahassee can secure the number 1 seed by getting their 9th victory today. Sioux Falls would not be able to catch the Pride in that scenario, even with a win today over St. Louis, because Sioux Falls has a bye next week. If Tallahassee loses out and Sioux Falls wins today at St. Louis, as King's pass is a long bomb to Jared Cochran to the Atlanta 36. If Tallahassee falls today and falls next week and Sioux Falls is able to win today, the Sparrows still have a shot at the number 1 seed. Now, for Sioux Falls, obviously they're trying to win today and hope Tallahassee stumbles in the final 2 weeks to get that number 1 spot. But the Sparrows potentially could fall to number 3 with a loss today and Queen City winning out with the point differential tiebreaker because Queen City and Sioux Falls split the season series, both teams winning a couple of blowouts. So that is what is at stake in the Eastern Conference. And then, of course, out west, Los Angeles is eliminated with a loss today and a Mexico City win later tonight. A win does not clinch them a playoff spot, but would move them closer to a playoff berth. A loss does not necessarily eliminate them if Las Vegas wins, but it would make things just a little bit tougher for LA to get in. 2nd down and 17 for the Pride after that sack, as the defenses continue to reign here late in the second quarter in Atlanta at the Hive. Jay Calvin Jim will not get away from Ludacris. Happy to have all of you along for the ride today. Mike Tatum's got a first down near midfield for LA, who's desperately trying to get their offense moving. As week 13 is just underway in the SFL. 7:18 to go in the first. No score in Sioux Falls. I believe the Sparrows just missed a field goal. And St. Louis now has the ball. 4th down for Tallahassee. Not able to move the chains. It'd be a very long field goal. And we'll see what the Pride decide to do down 3 as the first half is winding down. They will punt it.
Oh yeah, punter. I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
10-yard line. That ball bounces out of bounds to the 4. Brilliant punt. And Atlanta will get it to start on their 4-yard line. Los Angeles, did they just score a touchdown? You bet. Touchdown for Matt South and the Sharks. LA's on the board. 3:56 to go in the first half. It's 13-7. BDG Hollywood, a nice block and a spin move to the outside. Nearly picks up a first down, averaging nearly 5 yards a play, or a carry rather. Of course, our broadcast schedule for the rest of the week includes Mexico City and Vegas. Sunday night, tonight, with Eric Vincent at 7. Tomorrow, same time, with Andy Hamilton. It's Dallas and Houston. And then with me, Tuesday night, Baltimore and Queen City. 2nd down and short. Hollywood takes the carry. He's got the first down on 19-yard line. So we've heard from St. Louis's Liam Crowder. We've heard from Tallahassee's Frank Goodman. We've heard from Los Angeles's Andy Hamilton. If you want to call in at any time to join the SFL Whip Around, talk about the games going on and the action and what is at stake, you can call in at 210-473-8428 and we'll have a chit chat. Here's a look at Frank Gooden on the sideline. His Pride are going to the playoffs after a really rough season last year. Really turned things around with Thomas Paternity helping out in that department. Pete Bruschi, by the way, is now up to 43 yards on the ball carries in Oklahoma City. BG Hollywood, nice juice. Back out left, and he picks up 5 under 2 minutes to go, with Atlanta protecting a 3-point lead. Renegades get a first down on a counter. Bruschi gains 9 yards. Back to Sioux Falls. Still no score. Halfway through the first quarter, the Gladiators are at the Sparrow 37-yard line. And out to Hollywood. He's blown up by Dylan Rowland, I believe, and company. Hollywood's up to 76 yards, but that was a really nice stop from Tallahassee. Sioux Falls and St. Louis has some good viewership right now. That's a first down. Hollywood running hard today for Atlanta. Over in Sioux Falls, Flava 2K, AJ Pick 6, Stephen Mullinex, Saquana Shine, Liam Crowder, Jason 1347, Max Paul, Director Player Personnel, Colin Northrup, and plenty more. First down and 10 at the 30, coming up on the end of the first half here from the Hive in Atlanta, where the Swarm have a 3-point lead. Funk's going outside. That's Boo Chisholm, who has really fallen off the radar in the wide receiver category. Here over the last few weeks has really struggled to find his footing.
Second and 5. Ball at the 35-yard line.
Second and 5. Four receivers for Funk. Funk will hand it off to Hollywood. He's got another first down. 2-minute warning in Oklahoma City. 13-7 Renegades. 4:35 to go in the first. No score from Sioux Falls. St. Louis about to line up and attempt a field goal. First and 10 down to 8 seconds left. Atlanta not using any of their timeouts. That pass goes for a loss of a yard, and Atlanta will just chuck one up for a Hail Mary. Atlanta being a little conservative, not wanting to make a big mistake just before the half. As Mark Chisholm's team has a 3-point lead. St. Louis's field goal is wide right. Both teams have missed field goals in the first quarter, and that one in rainy Sioux Falls, and it's still scoreless there. By the way, when we're done here from Atlanta and Tallahassee, we will go whip around and we'll actually be able to show you what's going on in Oklahoma City and in Sioux Falls. Hollywood will take the handoff, and that'll just be the end of the first half. So a high-scoring, high-octane first quarter. Both teams settle down in the second quarter. Atlanta's season is on the line. They've responded with a 3-point lead heading into the locker room. And here's your first half stats and highlights. Atlanta over 100 yards on the ground through the air. Both teams pretty even. Pete Bruschi just scored another touchdown. His first touchdown of the day. And the Renegades are up 19-7 over Los Angeles with an extra point pending. Oklahoma City coming out firing after getting eliminated last week by Alaska. Showing up today against the Sharks, trying to ruin their fun. 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Still no score. Sioux Falls has a 3rd and 5 at the 40. A.J. Barnes had a fumble, and Skelter P. Funk had an interception in that. Actually, I stand corrected. E.T. King had the interception in the first half. 2 turnovers by Tallahassee in that first half, but Atlanta up just 3 points as you take a look now at the big J. Calvin Kim run. Sioux Falls did convert the 3rd down. It's first down at midfield for the Sparrows in that scoreless first quarter. We're going to take a quick minute break. SFL Whip Around will continue in a moment.
Second and 12 from your Wasps, 27 yards.
You're not going nowhere.
Third and 5 from your Wasps, 34 yards.
Let's go, D. That's what we're here for. Got it.
Start of the second half, Skeletor P. Funk with a nice run up the middle to the 47-yard line. Update on what's going on around the league. 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. OKC's up 20-7. And in Sioux Falls, still scoreless with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. LA just converted a big first down to the Renegade 37 there in the huddle offense with under 2 minutes to go. Hollywood gets the gain on that play. And South's pass just dropped off the hands of the intended receiver.
Second and 9. Ball at the 37 yards.
Second down and 10 for Funk. Funk deep down the field, caught it inside the 30 of the Tallahassee 28-yard line. That is Nick T. Quick. Atlanta looking sharp here in the third quarter on their first drive of the half. That ball just got through before A.J. Barnes could get there. By the way, shout out to Stephen Mullinex, the Dallas Roughnecks owner, and Mike Davis, the Dallas Roughneck running back, who joined me at the Texas Revolution indoor football game last night. A 49-42 win with 9 seconds to go. The Revs threw a game-winning touchdown. 4,420 people in the building. Very successful night. Well worth the 15-hour days, 3 straight days consecutively. Pretty awesome experience, and was happy to get those guys in and get them having some fun. 54-yard field goal, and LA is good! LA just nailed officially a 53-yard field goal by a non-star. Jacob Hawkins from 53, and he probably could have made it from 55. What a kick! BDG Hollywood with a spin down to the 10, but that field goal was the highlight.
First and 10 from the 10 yards.
What a play by the Sharks special teams.
When you come back, all you gonna see is me.
7:58 to go in the third. First and 10 at the 10 for Atlanta, up 3, trying to keep their season alive. The pass is incomplete. A.J. Barnes got there just in the nick of time. We're now in the second quarter in Sioux Falls. Still no score. 10:15 to go in the second quarter. St. Louis has the ball. 2nd and 15 at the Sioux Falls 42. Last play of the first half in Oklahoma City. The Renegades will take a 20-10 lead into the locker room. Funk's got a 2nd and 10 at the 10. Hollywood takes the handoff, and Hollywood is knocked down by Bones Malone, a loss of a yard. 3rd down and 11 at the 12 coming up.
Let's go.
3rd and 11.
Funk trying to give Atlanta a 2-possession lead. Funk to pass down the middle, touchdown! Boo Chisholm! The Swarm are up 9 with its season on the line. Chisholm, nicely done. Ramos Lynn in the house. His team can get a win, get a playoff spot with a win tonight over Vegas and a loss by Los Angeles today. The first part of that equation, so far so good for Mexico City with the Sharks down 10 on the road in OKC. Extra point is good, 7:19 to go in the third, and Atlanta is now up 10. From the 9-yard line, Barnes on the return, and Barnes spins away, gets past the 30 to 32. Again, we will have coverage of Oklahoma City and Los Angeles, along with St. Louis Sioux Falls, following the conclusion of Tallahassee and Atlanta here today on the SFL Sunday Whip Around. Calvin Kim with a burst of speed as a first down at the 44-yard line. Kim was 79 yards. Hollywood 98 yards and 2 touchdowns here already today. St. Louis just nearly picked off Julian Tyree. That game still has no score.
First and 10.
In mucky conditions, 3rd down and 6 for the Sparrows at the 20. 4 receivers now for E.T. King and a first down and 10 at the 44. King, deep ball, knocked away. Really good defense by Deltha Coakley, the former Sparrow. Will bring up a 2nd down and 10 as Tallahassee's offense has gone a bit stale recently. Speaking of a stale offense, Sioux Falls is going to have to punt again. How about St. Louis's defense in the last couple of weeks? Gave up just 13 points on the road at Baltimore, and they've given up nothing on the road in Sioux Falls today. Swing out to Kim. He's going to lose 2 yards as Bose angled him out of bounds. For a 3rd and long coming up for the Pride. If you want to call in, speak your mind about today's action, give us a call, 210-473-8428. The floor is the communities today here on the Sunday Whip Around. There's a flag on the play. I believe Atlanta may have jumped offside.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense.
That'll make it 3rd down and 7 and a bit more manageable for Tallahassee. Don't want to get into the habit of giving the Pride free yards, free plays. Overholt was the culprit.
3rd and 7.
Now in the 3rd quarter in Oklahoma City, 3rd down and 5 for the Sharks at the LA 44, down 10. And Tatum gets stuffed. No gain. That pass is caught for the Pride. First down to the 39. Jared Cochran's 3rd catch for 63 yards. He's a top 5 pass catcher in the SFL, as is J.J. Howland. King up to this point has not been able to find him too much, but he finds him on that play to move the chains and into Atlanta territory. The Sharks will have to punt. Down 10, will need some defense. 7:45 to go in the first half. St. Louis has the ball, a 3rd down and 1 to Sioux Falls 46, still in a scoreless game. King against a blitz, going long, one-on-one coverage. Horrible coverage down the field by Woods, and Tom Menander's got another touchdown. Menander's 2nd of the day was one-on-one Straight up down the field on a seam route, and Woods played it horrendously. And Tallahassee back down just 4. That makes this game even more interesting. St. Louis, by the way, did convert that third down. They've got a first down now at the Sparrow 42-yard line. Driving it on Sioux Falls in a scoreless game. Extra point for Tallahassee is good. It's now 24-21 with 5:44 to go in the third quarter. St. Louis brought the house, had one-on-one coverage all over the field, and still came up empty. Atlanta wearing their bright blues today with the black helmets. A sharp look. Great sack in Oklahoma by Rick Mox. Flew around the corner, just dropped Redfeather for a 6-yard loss. Well, it looks like St. Louis's drive is stalled out. 4th and 1 at the Sparrow 33. Atlanta on a first down. That pass is tipped up in the air. Bones Malone, how did he get a hand on that one? As you look at Nick T. Quick's receiving numbers, 9 targets, 5 receptions. Sioux Falls just jumped offside on a 4th down and 1. Just gave the Gladiators a first down.
2nd and 10 from your left, 30-yard.
Sioux Falls playing some undisciplined football in the first half. Second and 10 for Atlanta with 5:36 to go in the third. Funk to pass, lofting throw, a rainbow pass to Hollywood. He nearly got the first down. Runs into a Quanta Shine on the sideline. Third down and inches. Marquis Chol just got St. Louis into the red zone at the 12. Oklahoma City's got a first and goal at the 8 on LA. And off to Hollywood. He's going to get the first, just barely. So we've got a couple of teams in scoring position in other action around the league. And Atlanta's driving at their 40. Oklahoma City will have a third down and goal coming up. Handoff to Hollywood. Hollywood started to run backwards as soon as he saw Bones Malone coming in untouched.
Second and 10. Ball at the 40-yard.
You have to run sideline to sideline. Say nothing coming up the middle.
Second and 10 at the 39, offside for Tallahassee. Handoff for Chisholm, a free play. Chisholm has a first down and more. They'll decline the penalty in Atlanta's and Tallahassee field. Their side of the field, sorry, a little distracted. Sage Schumann just got an interception at the goal line for the Sharks. Down 10, they needed that. Hollywood's over 100 yards and Atlanta's in Tallahassee territory. That's what I was going for. Charlie Monk tipped that pass away, and a big mistake there by Joseph Redfeather.
First and 10 from the 5.
But a first and 10 for the Swarm at the 48, up 3.
Here we go.
Hollywood will take the carry again. Left side 40. Hollywood first down, shoved past the first down line by Dylan Rowland, a sloppy tackle. And BDG Hollywood is really disrupting Tallahassee's defense. Really nice blocks up front, clearing the way for another Hollywood first down. St. Louis from 24 yards out is good, and we finally have points in Sioux Falls. 4:05 to go in the first half. St. Louis is up 3-0. Second and 7 after Hollywood's 3-yard run. They've relied on him a lot in the third quarter.
Second and 7 from up high, 34 yards.
The pass caught. And that's Chisholm back in the game. Funk with a nice toss, and Atlanta's in scoring position. Actually, Walter Malcolm. I don't know why. I could have sworn it said Chisholm on the back of the jersey. That's my fault. But Malcolm's got a first down for Atlanta, and we've seen him plenty here through the first 3 quarters. LA off the interception, can't do anything with it. They have to punt. Their offense is really struggling in Oklahoma, trying to improve their playoff positioning. Just another incompletion from Julian Tyree. That pass is caught. That's Vincent down to the 7-yard line. Look at Skelter P. Funk's efficient day. 211 yards, 1 touchdown, does not have a turnover. More passing yards than E.T. King, and Atlanta's offense is humming this afternoon. Right over the top of Dylan Rowland, 1st and goal Atlanta.
Hey.
Tallahassee looking for a stop. Trying to keep it a 1-score game. Deep ball, end zone, nearly intercepted. Ashley Odom on the defense, 2nd and goal at the 7.
Second and goal.
This is the SFL whip around. If you're a player, coach, or owner on the field today, we want to hear from you. 210-473-8428 at any time. And Malcolm takes another carry. 3rd down and goal coming up. Julian Tyree just threw 3 straight incomplete passes, and Sioux Falls has to punt again. Wow.
3rd and goal from up high,
3rd and goal at the 5 for Atlanta. Protecting a 3-point lead. Already more points against Tallahassee than in their first meeting. Funk, 3-step drop. Funk gonna take off and run and walk in the end zone. The P-Funk puts Atlanta up by 9 again. Our stats are working again. Advanced stats, which is good because that means I can tell you that Skelter P. Funk has his first rushing touchdown of the season. (31-21) Atlanta on top of Tallahassee. Sioux Falls' Zeno Sika just with an interception, so the Sparrows now have it back with 3:32 to go in the first half. And with 4:19 to go in the third quarter, LA still down 20-10. Tatum just had a 10-yard carry. A.J. Barnes on the kickoff return will be pushed forward and wrapped up at the 42-yard line. Nearly a touchdown there for Barnes.
43 yards.
Nice juke. First down and 10 at the 42 for Atlanta, or for Tallahassee rather. Down 21-31. E.T. King back to pass. King's ball is incomplete. Allen was out of bounds. This will be the third time in 5 games that Tallahassee has given up over 30 points defensively. The Pride are 10th in the league in scoring defense, giving up an average of 27 points. That is their weakness. And off to J. Calvin Kim, and Kim will pick up a solid 6 yards. Kim now up to 85. Averaging 7 yards a carry, and a pivotal 3rd down and 4 coming up. Fourth and 1 for Sioux Falls. They're still on the field, with the St. Louis 45 down 3-0. See if they go for it. They will go for it. King back to pass. King's pass is caught, and Julian Tyree is sacked on his 4th down attempt. St. Louis gets a stop again, and Tom Menander, it seems like, is single-handedly keeping Tallahassee in this game. What a throw from King, and an even better catch from Menander. Sioux Falls continuing to struggle at home against St. Louis, where Parkey Cho has 103 yards on 15 carries. Trips off the left side for Tallahassee. And off to Kim, and Kim is dropped for no gain. That'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Robert Bose on to tackle. Tallahassee down 10 as they enter the 4th. Sioux Falls is also trailing St. Louis as the Sparrows try to catch the Pride atop the East. Be 3rd and long for St. Louis coming up. Still 20-10 in Oklahoma City with 2:08 to go in the 3rd. LA has a 2nd and 9 at the Renegade 36. King back to pass. Deep ball is caught in triple coverage. Menander dragging defenders down to the 1-yard line. Tom Menander. Unbelievable catch. And then made 2 people miss, then dragged 2 more all the way to the goal line. 1st and goal at the 1. Menander having a banner day in his rookie season. LA's got a 1st and 10 at the Renegade 26, trying to cut into their 10-point deficit. King, the split backs back to pass. King to the end zone, touchdown, J.J. Howland. It's a 4-point game again. Back and forth we go at the Hive. Back in Sioux Falls, a minute and a half left in the first half. St. Louis still up just 3-0, having to punt the ball away to Sioux Falls, who will have one last chance to get points on the board before hitting the locker room. Atlanta must win to remain in playoff contention. Tallahassee is not making it easy on the Swarm today. Low snap, the kick is up and good as Atlanta couldn't get their block on. The Los Angeles Sharks now 2 yards away from scoring a touchdown as that game winds to the end of the 3rd quarter. Nice catch from Quinn Casper. Los Angeles trying to improve their position in the Western Conference. Swarm will start from their 28-yard line. Mike Tatum, touchdown LA. 20-16, it's a 3-point game coming up, assuming the extra point is good, from Oklahoma. It's a 3-point game in Sioux Falls. Julian Tyree on a 2nd down and 10. Deep down the field. Caught. To the St. Louis 41. Jordan Jennings and the timeout Sparrows to set it up. That was in double coverage. Funk to pass. Out to Hollywood. Hollywood picks up 2 good blocks. And a really nice open field tackle by Pete Secord. And an updated look at the quarterback numbers. King with 4 touchdown passes today.
Showtime.
2nd and 2 from your losses, 37 yards.
E.T. King leads the league in touchdown passes with 31. That is including today's numbers. 2nd down and 2 at the 36. Toss to Chisholm. 1st down. The 42-yard line. Atlanta's offensive line has done a really nice job blocking today for both Funk and Hollywood and Malcolm.
1st and 10. 32 yards.
9:20 left in the 4th quarter. And off Hollywood. Stood up in a backfield and brought down. 3rd and 10 coming up for Sioux Falls at the St. Louis 41 after that big catch by Jennings. 54 seconds to go in the first half there. And the Renegades, as their 3rd quarter is coming to a close, have a 1st and 10 at their 31 now, a 1st and 10 at their own 44. Funk on 2nd down and 11, back to pass. He's in trouble and goes down. Loss of 4. Bull Bukowski, the former Dallas Law member, with the sack on Funk. 3rd and long for Atlanta. Tallahassee still has plenty of time to make a late charge. Joseph Redfeather, folks, through 3 quarters has 311 yards of passing against the Sharks. 3rd and 15 for Funk. Back to pass. Funk going long. Pass put. Wide open at the Tallahassee 34 by Chisholm. 72 yards on 8 receptions for Chisholm. And Atlanta converts a huge 3rd and long. Chisholm gets wide open. Odom on the tackle. But Atlanta's offense just keeps making plays. Funk to pass. Out to Chisholm, loss of 2. 7:40 to go. Atlanta is currently outside of field goal range, although LA nailed a 53-yarder earlier in the game, or earlier here in this afternoon's action. So maybe he's not out of range quite yet. Funk to pass on a 2nd and 12. Steps up in the pocket. Deep ball down the field. Caught! And the defender fell over, and Nick T. Quick's got a touchdown. Atlanta strikes again, and they just won't let Tallahassee have a chance to take the lead. Funk's got his 2nd touchdown pass of the day. And the Swarm are 7 minutes from keeping hope alive into week 14. I say Chisholm again? I didn't even know that. I didn't even realize it. I'm sorry. Extra point for Atlanta. Good. Back up by 10. Pete Bruschi just got loose. Check that. Julian Whelan just got loose for Oklahoma City. Now a 1st and goal at the LA 8. That one is early in the 4th quarter. We're at halftime in Sioux Falls. St. Louis is up 3-0. If Sioux Falls loses, it doesn't matter what Tallahassee does today or next week. The Pride would be the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Return by Barnes up to the 27-yard line with 7:13 left. Tallahassee eventually has to get some type of a stop.
First and 10.
This has arguably been Atlanta's finest performance of the season. James pass caught. Cochran, pickup of 8. Atlanta scored 42 points against Mexico City. That was a primetime game. 56 points against St. Louis, but that was back when St. Louis's defense was giving up 50 points to just about everybody. 38 points against the Pride today in a must-win situation has been pretty impressive. 6:45 to go in the fourth. This game is not over yet. King over to Howland. That's caught for a first down. Pete Bruschi just scored a touchdown. And the Renegades are back up by 9. Extra point pending 10. 8:55 left in Oklahoma City as the Renegades, who are already eliminated, playing spoiler today. And their offense has finally gotten things going. They're underway in the second half. In Sioux Falls, St. Louis starts with the football in the third quarter. 6:25 to go in the fourth. Back to pass King. King floats one up and overthrew Cochran. Delta Coakley on the coverage.
Let's go.
Second and 10.
Second and 10 at the Tallahassee 42-yard line. 6:20 to go in the fourth. Back to pass. King over to Kim, and Kim is going to lose 3. That's a generous 3-yard loss. Updated quarterback numbers. Funk still winning the day, mostly. Another 3rd and long coming up for the Pride.
3rd and 12 from the Pride's 20 yard.
King on a 3rd down. Gets it away just in time. Caught by Howland. First down. That was an MVP-like throw from E.T. King, who had pressure in his face from Ludacris, and King still able to deliver a dart to the sidelines. And now Atlanta is challenging that pass was in fact caught.
The Wasps are challenging whether the pass is caught or down.
Take a look at that. St. Louis has a 3rd down and 12 at the Sparrow 28-yard line right now. First glance, this looked like a catch to me. It got at least 1 foot in. Let's see how the refs view it.
After review, the pass has been ruled incomplete. The catch was made out of bounds.
Incomplete.
The Wasps will not be charged.
Great challenge
4th down.
from Mark Chisholm. It's 4th down. What a crucial challenge by Chisholm, and it does not go Tallahassee's way. They'll have to punt the football, and their defense has to do something.
Oh, here I come, kicker. Here I come. Here I come.
St. Louis attempting a 41-yard field goal at the moment. And the Gladiators' kick is good. 9 minutes to go in the third. 6-0 St. Louis over Sioux Falls. LA near midfield, desperate down 10 with 7 minutes to play. Tallahassee's desperate as well. 5:41 to go in the fourth. They need a stop. This Atlanta offense has been tough to stop all day long. Funk to throw, deep drop back, fires, sideline, caught. First down into the Tallahassee bench for Chisholm. 87 yards on 9 grabs. Boo Chisholm has been outstanding. Boo Chisholm, believe it or not, just 3rd on the team in receptions coming into the day. He's now got 1,000 yards on the season. And now Tallahassee is challenging this catch. Boo Chisholm has not had a 100-yard game since February 26th. And has more catches today than he has in a game all season. But let's take a look to see if this is going to stand. Again, very similar. If I'm Tallahassee, I'm thinking that's identical to what you said was an incomplete pass. Let's get the call.
The pass has been ruled incomplete. The catch was made out of bounds.
It is incomplete. Tallahassee wins the challenge. And this is a battle of coaches here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10 coming up for Atlanta. Crowd does not like the call. Oklahoma City just took over. 2nd and 4th, their own 29, trying to hold off LA. They're up 10. Playing a spoiler role, as is St. Louis for the moment. And off to Hollywood. Nearly got the first down. Atlanta may want to challenge that spot of the ball. Alex Parker's offside insanity continues. That's at least the 2nd or 3rd offside penalty just on Alex Parker, who's a user player. Sonic 0002, the poor guy just can't catch a break. Player set the record, and there's really no rhyme or reason for offside. Oh, Sioux Falls just jumped off again. As St. Louis is into Sparrow territory. Insane. Hollywood's up to $144 and 2 touchdowns. Atlanta's got a 1st and 10 at the 39. Tallahassee's running out of time. They got to get a stop. And off to Hollywood. He's got near a first down again. Boy, Tallahassee's defense has really struggled in these losses. They have got to figure out how to shore this up by playoff time.
2nd and inches. Ball at the 39 yards.
This is becoming an issue. 4 receivers for Funk. Hollywood in the backfield. He is just running over the Pride. And Atlanta is eating clock down to 4 minutes to go in the 4th. Handoff, Hollywood on the counter. He's got a first down. Wasn't touched until 4 yards up the field. The Pride 46-yard line. .5:33 left in OKC. 7:19 to go in the 3rd quarter in Sioux Falls. Jalen Thomas for St. Louis has 28 passing yards, and the Gladiators are up 6-0. Unbelievable. Out of the eye for Funk. 1st and 10 at the 46. And off to Malcolm. Malcolm's got a first down. Tallahassee's defense cannot get off the field. Walter Malcolm has contributed a large amount to this game. And I haven't seen him hardly play all season. Under 3 minutes to go, Pride just absolutely need something here. Yeah, Thomas with a big throw down to the Sioux Falls 15-yard line. St. Louis knocking on the door halfway through the 3rd. Hand off to Malcolm again, and Malcolm is stopped in the backfield. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning when Tallahassee will start burning timeouts. Only hope for the Pride is to force a turnover or a field goal, keep it a 2-score game, score a couple of touchdowns in the final minute and a half. Get an onside kick in there somewhere. The Pride played one heck of a game. Tom Menander was outstanding all day today, but this defense has not forced any turnovers and just has not been able to get off the field all afternoon. St. Louis is on the Sioux Falls 6. And we've reached the 2-minute warning. in Oklahoma City. Renegades driving up 10 at the LA-16 with 4:58 to go. Pete Bruschi, 98 rushing yards. Mike Tatum, 94 in the LA-OKC game. Second down and 11. Tallahassee can't give up much more here. Down 10, handoff to Chisholm, and Tallahassee was waiting for it. Loss of 3. 3rd and 13 coming up. Tallahassee burns one of their timeouts. Five minutes to go in the third in Sioux Falls, and St. Louis just got a touchdown. The Gladiators are up 12-0 on the Sparrows with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and that's a big hit from Malone. So that actually nearly drives out Atlanta from field goal range. This would be a 50-yard field goal if Atlanta elects to kick it. Oh, God. What? I have not said Chisholm the entire year with Atlanta's running backs. Like, I have no idea what is my problem today.
I'm coming. I'm locking in.
Gladiators up 13-0 with 5 minutes to go. Oklahoma City has a 4th down, so LA will keep it a 2-possession game late. Fair catch for Tallahassee, called for at the 11, so Atlanta ends up not being able to put up a field goal at all. And Tallahassee will need a touchdown, an onside kick recovery, and at least a field goal to put this to overtime. Renegades to kick a field goal from 32 yards away would put them up 13. That kick is good. OKC 30, LA 17. The Sharks not helping themselves. They've still got a little bit of time to make something happen. Tallahassee does as well. First down to the 25-yard line. No huddle offense. King quickly up to the line. Back to pass. King down the middle. Intercepted. One-handed pick. One-handed pick. King throws his second interception of the game, and Nick Nitro pulls that one out of the sky. Atlanta's season is still alive. And this really affects Baltimore because it's just yet another team that can put Baltimore out of the standings, with Atlanta holding the tiebreaker from their victory way back in week 1. This doesn't really hurt Carolina because Carolina has the tiebreaker over Atlanta. The Carolina Skyhawks, since they did not get a loss from Atlanta this week, Carolina will need a loss from Atlanta against St. Louis next week for the Skyhawks to have a shot. Otherwise, Atlanta could win out and get to 6-6. So this, in a way, affects Carolina. Oklahoma City just got an interception from Cam Michael. It looks like LA will fall to 5-6 as they can't take care of business today, opening the door for the Aztecs, who later tonight, with a win, will clinch a playoff spot, and with a loss will be eliminated. How about that? Another kneel down for Funk. Atlanta improves to 5-6. There's still a little bit of time. LA does have all 3 timeouts, but they're going to need to stop OKC and do something quickly. 470 is calling in to the SFL Whip Around. Who do I have?
Cam, what's up? Cheers.
Mark Chisholm, or should I say Malcolm?
Walter Malcolm.
Yeah, why don't I call you by his name? We'll call it even. You
Yes,
keep your
sir.
season alive today. What a performance.
Yeah, man, I put in a lot of work this past week, man. After I lost my offensive coordinator, I was basically out there treading water in the middle of the ocean. I tried to figure it out, couldn't do it the last 2 weeks, and went back to look at some old film a season ago, 2 seasons ago, and I sat down and did some work and got in the lab, and I put an offense together this week.
Ramos asking about the score, 30-17 OKC. There's 2 minutes left. LA has all 3 timeouts, and they're using them now. But Atlanta's going to keep themselves alive. For the Swarm, I think it's pretty simple now for you guys at this point. With this incredible victory, I believe your scenario is beat St. Louis. That's it.
Yeah, we need to win out.
If you beat St. Louis, somebody is going to lose between Queen City and Baltimore. Obviously, you own the tiebreaker over Baltimore, so you would get in if you were tied with them at 6-6. Now with Queen City, they hold the tiebreaker, but in that scenario, obviously, you would knock Baltimore out, and it wouldn't matter. You would still get a top 4 spot as this game has gone final. I mean, what an awesome position to be in. Win against a team that has the worst record in the league currently, but hey, St. Louis is shutting out Sioux Falls right now in the third quarter.
Yeah, they are. I'm watching that game too. Their D has definitely stepped up in the past 3 weeks. They figured something out, and it's working.
We're going to check out that game and the whip around here here momentarily after we see the final stats and highlights from Tallahassee and Atlanta. By the way, Los Angeles does now have the ball back with 1:49 left and 1 timeout down, 2 scores. They're trying to make something happen, but yeah, 41 points. Third time Atlanta gets over the 40-point hump this year. So who's your player of the game today in your mind?
I got to give it to Hollywood, man. He stepped up.
You mean Malcolm?
We jumped on his back, and he brought us. Oh, you mean Malcolm? Yeah, Walter. He showed up too, man. He is the smallest guy in our squad. I think he's smaller than our kicker, and he definitely showed up.
Yeah, what a game. Ludacris had a sack and a couple of nice quarterback hurries as well. Funk, 282 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, had a rushing touchdown too. And
this is definitely Funk's best game, even better than his 7 touchdown game he had. He was very solid this game. No turnovers, which I was very happy about.
Yeah, definitely very efficient. St. Louis is punting away to Sioux Falls as that third quarter winds to a close. 3rd down and 3 for LA, down 2 scores, and they're running. Boy, is that not indicative of Andy Hamilton's coaching season. He just has not had the AI help that he's needed. It's 4th down for the Sharks with 1:24 to go, as they really had a chance to put themselves in a really nice position, and now they're going to need a little help from Vegas tonight to help themselves out.
Keep them staying, yeah.
Yeah, they won't be eliminated with a Mexico City win, but it'll be 1 less spot up for grabs. LA will be fighting with either Dallas or Houston for that final spot in the Western Conference, because Mexico City will have clinched and the winner of Dallas-Houston will have clinched by the end of the week. So as we're looking at Hollywood's final numbers here, 37 carries, $157 and 2 touchdowns. You really worked him today.
Yes, we did. That was the game plan. So I figured they were going to come out and try to stop our pass game. And I said, well, let's lean on Hollywood to make some plays for us today.
All right, we are capturing now the Los Angeles Oklahoma City game as I put this now on your screen, or attempting to put it on your screen. And it looks like I may not be able to execute that. Let's see here. Let's see what we can accomplish. Well, that feature's not working. Better we learn now than later. But, yeah, back to the stats here. Tallahassee and Atlanta, 477 total yards for you. Not too shabby.
Great all-around week. Defense played solid. Offense definitely showed up. I was hoping for 2 halves show up this week because we've been playing 1 half or come out strong and then fall off in the second. We definitely showed up both halves this week.
All right, give me just a second, Mark. Sioux Falls has the ball. 1 minute to go in the third. Yep. Sharks game has gone final 30-17.
Sharks game's over.
Renegades play spoiler today. Wow. 471 yards of offense, 382 for Joseph Redfeather through the air. That's got to be one of his best performances of the year in his career, really. So the Renegades get the win. Atlanta gets the win. We've got a quarter of action left in Sioux Falls. We're not going to be able to whip around to that game, unfortunately. I thought we'd be able to, but still have some kinks to work out with that technology. But St. Louis is up 13-0 in that one, trying to pull off a stunner. Anything final to add, Mark?
Let's get back in the lab, and I'll get ready for next week, man, as we head to St. Louis.
Going to be a
Gonna finish watching their game, see what they do.
Yeah, going to be a fun Week 14, no doubt. You can head over to the St. Louis Sioux Falls game, the final game this afternoon. I'm putting the link in the description if you don't already have it, so that you can check out that action as we wrap things up here on the SFL Whip Around on YouTube. End of the third in Sioux Falls. Sparrows down 13-0, but they are on the move. Mark, thanks for being here on the Whip Around.
Hey, great call. Had fun, man. Enjoy the rest of the day, sir.
All righty, you too. And don't forget to join Mexico City, Las Vegas, and Eric Vincent on the call tonight as Las Vegas and Mexico City fight for their playoff lives. Mexico City has a chance to clinch or have a chance to put themselves out of it. We'll find out. End of the third in Sioux Falls. That's the lone game still left to play. Atlanta beats Tallahassee 41-28. I'm SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine saying good afternoon, and we'll send it out to Eric Vincent later this evening.